y'all think about this for a second? They are literally taking a tube and threading it through your arm to your heart directly to the artery that they need to find by doing nothing but moving that tube around with their fingers and looking at a screen. Inflated balloon. Okay, two things. One, we just reached 300 subscribers. 300. Like, this is mind-blowing to me. Two, I cut my thumb when I was trying to clean up the kitchen. So like, I literally broke my new Christmas tree wine glass that I showed you guys in the last vlog. Luckily, I have two, but like, I'm not happy about cutting my finger while cleaning up. So that's what's going on with me right now. Super excited, also in pain. I'm about to decide what I want to accomplish today, what I want to get done, because I have literally been on a hiatus for school for like a week now, and I know I have things to do. So basically, we have really nothing super threatening to this week, but next week we have a lot of shit going on. This week we just had class today, and then we have clinical. In clinical, I do have a little like write-up about what I did in the ER that's due, so I probably will just type that up today. But outside of school, I've been working on my resume so I can get ready to start, you know, applying to big girl jobs. And that has been on my to-do list for like a month now, and I don't know, but for some reason yesterday I just did it. So that is done. I have no clue what I want to accomplish today. I think I just do want to get done the read over my resume and do the thing for clinical, and then maybe tomorrow, since we're off from class, I'll spend all day tomorrow going over the lectures that I did not get to like listen to last week, which was only one, and I was in that class, but she was just going too fast, so I gave up. But yeah, it's December 1st. It's officially Christmas season. I'm also out of breath from like the minimum amount of dancing I just did. I'm gonna go treat myself to a free nitro cold brew from Starbucks. No, they did not give it to me for free. I've spent so much money there that I earned a free one. So I'm gonna cash that in right now. Hello. Oh wow, look at that Christmas tree vibe in the background. I just wanted to check in with you guys because I have not seen y'all since I rushed out of the house this morning. But basically all I did today was literally go get coffee, come back, work on my resume a little bit more. And I did a little bit of schoolwork, but like not really. So I'm gonna be paying for that this weekend, but it's fine. I'll just deal with that this weekend. And now I have been chilling. I dropped straight off to my mom at around like 4:30, so I've been missing my baby. And binge watching the game since around literally when I got back from dropping my mom off, so probably about 3 hours, which is a lot, but it's fine. So it's 8 o'clock now. What I'm getting ready to do is just make myself some lunch and for tomorrow, and then get ready for clinical because your girl gotta be up at like 4 in the morning. Dear God. Let me actually think about what time I have to get there. I have to get there at 6:20. I've been leaving the house at like 5:40. So yeah, I'll probably need to wake up around 4:45 just because I don't like to rush in the morning. I like to have my mind on by the time I get to clinical, because you know I can't, look at this is not cute, I can't save lives if I'm sleeping, you know. So if I have to be up at 5:40, no, I have to be up at 4:40. Let's see, 8, let's see, and it's almost 8 o'clock now, so let's say I'm in the bed sleeping by 9:30. That's 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. That's like 7 hours of sleep. That's fine. I really just want to finish this episode of the game. I have about 12 minutes left, so I think that after this episode ends, I'm going to pack my lunch, take a shower, probably drink some sleepy time tea because I'm wide awake right now, and then go to sleep. So sorry I didn't vlog today, but tomorrow will be much more interesting anyway, so I will see y'all tomorrow. What's up? Okay, so it is Thursday night. Come on, sweetie, you want to be up here? I guess not. right, so it is Thursday night now. My clinical week is over, and I apologize for not vlogging last night, but y'all know the drill. I'm too tired after that. So as y'all know, I'm in my ICU rotation, but I have really yet to go to the ICU, to be honest with you. So y'all already know what happened last week. Well, I keep saying last week, but that was 2 weeks ago because we were off last week for Thanksgiving. This week, pretty much the same thing happened. So we were getting there, and she said that she was bringing 3 people to surgery so that we can watch surgeries that morning. And so anyone who hadn't seen a surgery since they've been in nursing school besides a C-section should go ahead on surgery. So I mean, I was literally probably the only person who had not been in the OR yet, so I told her that, and she's like, okay, well, you and these 2 people go to surgery. I was like, okay, but I went to the ER last week, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, like, go to the OR. So I'm talking about yesterday. So yesterday I went to the OR. I got to see 2 hernia repairs. What is this? What is this? I got to see 2 hernia repairs. The first one was robotic, so it was really cool actually. So they literally have a giant robot with like 4 arms that control the operators, is what they call them, inside the patient's body. So what they did is literally prep the patient, put 3 or 4 holes into the patient's abdomen. For our patient it was 3, and then shoved the operators inside of them and connected that to the robot. And then the surgeon went into like a corner of the OR and operated the robot to like can perform this whole surgery. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys, it was like watching a high-tech video game. Like, this surgeon played a video game to fix the hernia in this patient. It was so crazy. I mean, obviously I know that things like that exist, but I have never really seen how that worked. But it was mind-blowing that he was able to literally control this machine and perform a whole surgery from across the room. But like, meanwhile, I can even like do my hair in the mirror because I get confused about which way my hand's supposed to be going. It's crazy. So that was really, really cool. So, and then the other one was a hernia repair as well, but it was open. So he actually cut this person open and performed the surgery. So my job in there, I was shadowing the surgical nurse, or like the OR nurse, and I got to do a lot actually. I got to do another female Foley since I haven't done one since L&D. So I got to do a Foley. I was able to put the patient onto the table, strapped him down. I learned where the grounding pad goes, depending on if the patient has metal in their body somewhere. I got to bag the patient for the CRNA when they were trying to wake them back up. What else did I do? I got to call the timeout. So y'all, that was so cool. I felt so official for that. So y'all know the timeout is in surgery. The nurse stops all the doctors, everyone in the room, and says like timeout, and reviews the patient, what they're in there for, where the operating site is, any allergies and stuff like that, to make sure that they're operating on the same patient, aka a really big job, because you don't want to get cut in the wrong spot or like cut open the wrong patient. So the nurse let me call the timeout, and so I felt kind of official that the doctor was talking to little old me, and I got to give report to the PACU, which is like the recovery room. Then we went to the ER again after lunch. So you guys already know, I love the ER. I saw a lot of the same nurses that I saw the last week, so they were so excited to have me back, which I was really excited about. And then today, since everyone already had patients in the ICU from yesterday, me and my friends got to go to the Cath Lab, and you guys, the Cath Lab was so cool. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically the lab where they do all the angiogram type procedures, like all the stuff where they stick little catheters and inject the heart or the brain or whatever they're looking at with dye, so they can see everything in a scan. Making this as simple as possible because this is YouTube. I'm not here to teach you guys this, but I'm just letting you know what the Cath Lab is. So like, that's the kind of the place where they do stents and they do like balloons and help people with strokes, things like that. So the first case that we saw in the Cath Lab was just a regular angiogram. They just kind of put in a catheter through someone's femoral arteries, literally threaded the catheter all the way through like the thigh to that person's heart, injected some dye to figure out what was going on with their arteries. That was most like a diagnostic thing. I really don't know what was wrong with it because I don't know how to really read those things, but that was cool to see. And then the second case we went to was, I really got to like understand that one. So this person came in with a heart attack, an STEMI, and they went in same way. They went in through the radial artery for this one, and they threaded the catheter all the way to their heart. And we got to see they injected dye into all the coronary vessels in different ways to see which one was blocked. Turns out it was a circumflex artery, so you can really see on the scan, like the artery is like, let's say it's like this big, and in the middle of the artery it was like pinched in, like if someone took and like smushed it together. Like it was thick, got really, really narrow and thick again. Called stenosis, so that artery was clearly blocked. That's what was causing their instamy, because they weren't getting any blood flow through the artery to supply the heart. Long story short. So I got to see how narrow it was, and so in that procedure the doctor was like, let's just fix this now then. So then they threaded another catheter in with a balloon in it. Can y'all think about this for a second? They are literally taking a tube and threading it through your arm to your heart directly to the artery that they need to find by doing nothing but moving that tube around with their fingers and looking at a screen. Inflated a balloon and it opened up the artery. Then it took another tube and stuck a stent in and opened it up even more, and it was good as new. And it was just mind-blowing to me that they can do that by just twiddling their fingers and manipulating a tube. It was so crazy. And then the third case we saw was actually a stroke patient that came into the ER, and this surgeon was phenomenal, you guys. Like, he took the same process, I'm not gonna go through it again, but the same process. This time he went through that person's leg, threaded a catheter all the way from your leg to the exact artery in your brain. If you know anatomy, there's a lot of arteries and a lot of vessels in there. Put it directly to the brain, found the clot, suctioned the clot out, and opened it up and restored blood flow to the right side of that person's brain. I was mind blown. That was really, really cool to see. I mean, I don't see myself going into that forever, but it was really cool to see that. Also, it's what our test is on Monday, so it kind of like helped solidify the information we learned the past 2 weeks. So that was really cool to like see that in real life to make it stick. And then after that, I went into the ER. So again, y'all, I don't know if this is my ICU rotation or my ER rotation, but I'm not complaining. So in the ER, I did another IV. I got to do another injection. This time I got to give Dilaudid, y'all, which is a big drug. You know, I'm usually just giving flu shots. Then I got to do, some blood glucose checks, obviously, and then just some regular vital signs, triaging, helping out where I can, running things back and forth to people. Like, I did get to go back with the same nurse I had the first day, so that was really fun just to reconnect with her. Then we ended the day with the post-conference and an SBAR that my classmates had to present on their patients from 2 weeks ago. I was off the hook for that, but I will be paying the price for the next 2 weeks. So that is really all that happened in clinical this week. I really did learn a lot, and I'm really grateful that I was able to see a bunch of different areas of the hospital, because I don't know, going to these different spots, I really got to see more of how the hospital operates as a system this rotation, because I'm usually like in my unit with my patient and I'm just stuck there. But going to different spots, and I literally can see the ICU nurses that I know coming into the ER to get the patients, and they're like seeing the ER nurses bringing up their people to the Cath Lab, and then like I really got to see people interacting more by me going around more. So I kind of knew more people in the hospital to recognize like, oh, like they all work together. It was kind of amazing to really see the hospital as a system instead of just the single unit that I'm on. So I really feel like I kind of understand it better now that I've had these 2 weeks of this experience. But I'm ready to get in the ICU and do some little ICU stuff for the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that. But that's really all I have to say this week. I hope you guys enjoy it. I did a little teaching session just now, so don't come at me if y'all get that wrong on the test. That's not my problem. But anyway, I'm about to go ahead and warm up some dinner and then probably just watch some TV until it's time to go to sleep, because we have a test on Monday. I will see you guys next week. Love y'all so much. Bye.